Hello. Morning, G.
Morning. Yeah, let's wait for 2 more minutes and then get started.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Hey Gilbert, one thing is can you link those features with the tickets if possible? Like for example, like do you have an epic for image GC? It'd be nice to get those links set up.
Sure. I will do it today when I find a chance.
Oh, sorry. Hi, hey guys. I'm not aware that I was muted. Shit.
That's okay.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I think let's get started. So I think the first thing I want to do is since we just cut 1.5 and we want to do a planning for 1.6. I think let's go back to the spreadsheet first and then go over everything we have so far, and make sure the status is up to date first. I think the last time we reviewed this one is probably like the early of 1.5 release cycle. So let's go over this first and then make sure this is up to date. I think image GC is done, right, Gilbert?
Oh, I muted as well. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So volume ownership cleanup. I think we have a kind of tentative kind of thought dump and design doc, but we haven't got to the point where we can actually create the tickets and start implementation. So the status is still design. I think that's accurate. Mesos containerizer documentation, I think we made a lot of progress on that. So I linked the current documentation for Mesos containerizer, which points to a bunch of documentation for different isolators, which is much better than before, although we have a lot more to do. But I think we're getting there.
Hey, G.
Yeah.
Should we update the target release field for those rows?
Yeah. So this is done, right? 1.5. So let's mark those tickets. I think this one, it's let's mark as 1.6. So this one I don't know. Let's go back to the target release for the item that we don't know, and then we probably need to do a prioritization. Depends on the priority, and then figure out the target release. Does that sound good, Greg?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. CPU affinity, we do have a design somewhere, but I think we haven't got through that design. We haven't approved that design doc yet, and we are still in debate on what we plan to do. So that's accurate. IO isolation block IO, Gilbert?
For this one, we just, it is marked as done, but we just done the part for statistic. So we did not start the design for the block IO circuit control yet.
Okay,
so
yeah. So I change that to statistics. Okay, that would be okay.
So
it's done.
So I will create another entry for the circuit block IO control.
Okay, sounds good. Now port isolator. Is JP on the line? Hey James, are you on the line? Is this done?
Sorry, I was just muted.
Oh.
That's done. There's performance optimizations. The performance optimization part of it, which I'm not likely to do unless someone really twists my arm. But we can. I think it's done.
Okay, it's 1.5, so it's releasing 1.5. Okay. Standalone container support. I think it's MVP is done. And there's some follow-up. I'll just mark that as done, and just make initial. Yeah. So that's releasing 1.5. OCI spec. Chan is not on the line, but I think we haven't made so much progress on that side yet. So it's still in progress. I think he has some reviews, but we haven't got to a point where we can review those patches. So it's in progress. The rest is not started. I just go through all of them. Just make sure we support registry, Docker credential helper, started. Pre-post start and pre-post finish hook. Yeah, so that's not started. We have a discussion, I remember, but we haven't started. Artifacts caching, no. Limit the root size of a container. Zhitao wants to work on that, but I think haven't started yet. I don't know. We have a design decision. I think I marked that as a design. Pit one as user-defined command. Yeah, this one is highly related to this one, which we do have a discussion on this. So James, I put the containerizer supervise kind of related to this. Let's see if I can move this.
Cool, thanks.
Yeah, I think we got to a point that we have a reasonable design, but we haven't designed doc yet, but I think I just marked that as a design. host file system as the base layer and the writable layer on top of that now started. Support running Docker daemon in Mesos.
Can you, sorry, G,
Yeah.
what is that one? Host file system is the base layer?
Yeah, so basically like they want to, so right now, if you don't specify container image, it will try to use the host file system. Yeah, I don't remember. So Gilbert, do you remember what that is? Let me think about.
I remember this one. It is the is very overlay specific. So we have 2 layers. So host file system is not writable, only readable, but we create another layer which is writable.
Oh yeah, so okay, James, I remember. So basically, like they don't want to use a container image, but they want to provide isolation between different containers. And the way they suggest was like having a writable layer on top of that, so that anything you write into the host file system will not be visible to other container.
Okay, that makes sense. I got it. Thanks.
Yeah. Yeah, we probably should have a linked ticket for this one. I'm not sure if there's a ticket, but we probably should write a ticket for this one. So yeah, I think Gilbert, let's follow up on this, yeah, we should follow up on this and create a link to either a Jira ticket or a design doc for every single item in this list, so that people know where to find those materials.
Sure.
Okay, so support running Docker daemon in Mesos container. Yeah, it's not started. I'm not sure if it's related to the supervising. I just moved those things together. I think it might be related. Support for network statistics in CNI, not started. Support netlink socket for entering container network namespace. I don't know what that is. I think this is bring by Amarnash. Yeah, I think we haven't started yet. Oh, who did that? Okay, so CNI bump. No, we haven't done the bump yet. Still like assuming 0.2. Seccomp, we have a design doc by someone, but we haven't started yet. Container D not started. User's namespace design.
G, we have seccomp on our roadmap, so I believe that Jan is going to be working on that.
Okay, so do you have a design? Is it design, or you have already finished the implementation?
I don't think we have either of those. I haven't spoken to him about it. I've just been present in meetings where it was talked about, and I think it's going to land on his plate. Okay.
Okay. What about user namespace? Should I mark as design?
We have a running, my patches running in prod.
Okay.
It needs we have to do the supervised support before it's upstreamable. So I think it's in progress.
Okay. Let's just mark that in
it's probably next on my list.
Okay. Okay, let's talk about the target release later. Let's just mark those status first and then do a sorting on this. So LXC now started, backhand per container now started, right, Gilbert?
I think we already have the patch.
Backhand per container?
Yeah, I think it is reviewable. I need to find it out.
Okay, so I mark it as in progress.
Yep.
Live migration, we're not doing anything there. Support CLI, not started. Network bandwidth as a resource, not started. TTY support enhancement, yeah, I haven't done that. So I also add this CLI for like task exec and attaching Mesos CLI. I just add some entry there yesterday. So anything else that you guys want to add before we're doing a sorting?
I have a couple of things. I'm likely to work on cgroups namespaces. So I think HouseDent has some patches which are in reasonable shape, so I'll likely take those.
Yeah, and I think I also update the review. I think I did a review on his patches. I'm happy to do a review. I think last time I think we did a hackathon in Beijing where we find out some small issues there. So the patch is not ready by its own, but there's some small issue we need to fix before we can.
We have we have some VM requirements coming down the pipe.
Okay.
I think I'm likely to look at C groups device C groups for those kinds of things, because I just think that generalized VM support is way too big a task, and it's not going to happen in a useful. And we're not going to be able to do it in a useful time frame for us.
What exactly do you mean by C group device support?
Basically, enough support in the devices C group that you can run an application that uses KVM.
Oh, okay, I see, got it. So basically, you want to tweak the device C group to be able to allow. Okay, let's just mark that as like a general devices C
group support. Devices C group or something. I'm super hand wavy on it, but I'm thinking more along the lines of, automatically creating the devices or mounting dev tempfs or something where you can generalize it to be less NVIDIA specific. Yeah,
so that's something that we need to, because we need to get the block IO support somehow for the disk, like for the CSI stuff. So this is needed too. So we can collaborate on this. Okay, anything else?
Well, we need an isolator for CSI, like if we're moving forward to the new spec.
Oh yeah, so CSI improvements.
Yeah, and I'll just take this, I think.
Okay. Anything else that you guys can think of that you want to see happen, or your company wants to see that happen? Greg, do you have anything that you have in mind?
No, nothing in particular right now.
Okay. Gilbert, do you have anything that you have in mind that it's not on this list?
I already added to this list, to the bottom of this list.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, so sounds like
G. I have something that's pretty hand wavy, but we're probably we might start thinking about how to unify image artifacts for the fetcher, or task artifacts in the fetcher, and container image artifacts. So I guess that's a unified image store plus something.
Yeah.
So it's super hand wavy, but we're likely to think about something.
Okay. Okay, so let's just capture that under the unified artifact store umbrella, and see if we want to break that down into smaller ones if needed once we do the design.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay. Anything else?
I added column B. There's supposed to be a heading for the Jira. Oh,
okay. Yeah, so that would be great. Yes, sounds good. So we should clean this up and add Jira for everything. And if it does not exist, let's create an epic in Jira. Okay, so great. Let's do some prioritization then. Let me just move all these done tickets to the top. Let's see, this is done. Okay, and then I just move those in progress stuff. Oh, okay. Anything secret namespace. Okay, and then I just move those not started down. And the seccomp is in design. Okay. Yeah, let's talk about the target release or urgency of those things that's in progress. So OCI support. Yeah, I feel like right now the urgency is not that high. The reason for that is still like everyone is using Docker. I don't see a strong reason we want to spend a lot of effort on this. I'm not sure. What do you guys think?
Yeah, at least I can see for those big companies, many big users, they might still stay with the Docker image for a long time, not moving to OCI yet but like especially they can totally get rid of the Docker daemon. They can run Docker image with unified containerizer. They can do their own build, so they can totally like run everything with the Docker image specification.
Yeah, the reason I say that is because I don't see short term that people is gonna ditching Docker workflow and publish OCI image to their OCI image store. I think it's a long way for them to achieve that, and people are still using Docker tooling and Docker registry. So I don't see a strong motivation to do that right now immediately for this. But we should keep that in the backlog to make sure that we're not like far behind this. And also, I think one thing is I think Chen already have the patch. The reason I want to hold off on this is because I think we should. I want to encourage us to think about the unified artifact store, because I don't want to introduce yet another store inside Mesos for this.
So I agree about OCI. We're never going to go OCI. I couldn't imagine that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll just probably just move that a little lower to the in progress here. Okay.
Yeah, I would say like at least we should have the unified artifact store has higher priority than the OCI. One thing we want to promote prioritize OCI is that the Kubernetes support that.
Kubernetes does not. So I think they delegate that to the CLI runtime, and some CLI runtime supports that, some doesn't. Well, I guess from users' experience, like I haven't seen any customer that explicitly asking for using that. So far. It's hard to justify why we want to do that, but I think it's a good opportunity for us to think about the unified artifact store, because it's going to introduce one more store. And that's better just not do that and have a unified store. So I moved this up a little bit. Let's do the relative sorting later. So user namespace, James, is that, well, before that, so containerized documentation, I think it's in progress. It's in a pretty good shape right now, but we still need to improve. I still think that's the top priority, documentation. So I put that at the top. Do you guys agree?
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Great. User namespace, James, do you guys have a target release? When do you want to upstream those patches?
1.6.
1.6.
I got sucked into a bunch of ops crap, so
Okay.
it's kind of next on my list, but it's because the patches I have basically mostly work. Its urgency is a bit less for us.
Okay, so I just mark, I'll just combine, I'll just group these three. I think these three are kind of related. Mesos containerizer, supervised, user namespace, peer one. So these are related. I just group them together.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so James. Yeah, since I have discussion with you, I'm happy to look at those patches. Okay, Gilbert backend per container. What do you think the target release will be?
Let's land it for 1.6. I remember we already have patches, but reviewable a long time ago. We just don't have time to land it.
Okay. Well, I guess this is not a super high priority, but it's pretty simple to do.
Yeah.
Okay. So James, C group namespaces. So I probably put that the priority to be a little lower. James, what about C group namespace?
I'm likely to do that fairly soon, just because it doesn't seem like a big project.
Okay. Okay, I marked those. Okay, so that's probably like T1 or T2. Next, you don't have immediate plan for that feature.
Oh, one thing I forgot you might want to add to this list. I have half of a patch series to remove the command, to replace the command executor with the default executor.
Oh yeah,
is that something we want to pursue? Because it basically works.
Replace command. Yeah, I think at the very least you can assume the user namespace support only works for default executor. That's but that's something we want to do anyway for a long time. But there might be some deprecation cycle we need to go through.
Yeah, I mean, the change is trivial. The only compatibility issue is tests, because you need to test make all these internal assumptions which application might do.
Yeah. So what do you think? Okay, so I think we need to ask for estimation. So the Mesos containerizer supervised, how big of a work is that? I'll say M.
Yeah, I agree with M. It's conceptually straightforward, but I think the review and testing cycle is going to be.
Yeah, I think replace this one is M2. Let's. I think target this for 1.6. I don't think we can completely remove command execute in 1.6. But I think one thing we can do is let command executors, let default executor support single task command. So that's something we can definitely do. I'm not sure if that's going to, so let's just put 1.6 there. I definitely want to get that done.
Yeah, my patch already does that.
So. Okay, so you have.
Is there like any design type document for that replacement that maybe has a summary of the impact on tasks?
No, there's a patch series. That's really it's just really trivial in the end. Basically, it's like you just have a task group with one task in it.
Right. So I think, Greg, I think the fix for that issue is simple. I think the majority of the work should be testing, because we don't really it's just like a confidence issue, because we don't really sure that that if that's going to cause more issue, because I think it changed the container hierarchy structure a little bit. And
I think
I think we should just be really concerned about breaking existing tasks, right? So
yeah, I think the best strategy is if you still want to use command execute, you can still use that, but any new feature we build, it's not going to work with command execute. I think that should be fine.
I mean, we're already adding some stuff.
Well, not at the containerizer level though.
Okay.
In the agent level, we do have some feature that only works for default executor, not command executor. But I think at the container level, we still treat them the same.
So one thing I realized was that we don't really have any test coverage for the custom executor case. So the command executor works completely differently to a custom executor, and the default executor is different to a custom executor too. So people out in the wild are writing custom executors, but we don't have any coverage of that specific containerization path.
Right. Yeah, I agree. So I think the test for custom executor might, I mean, while we are doing this, we probably want to cover the custom executor. I think that the problem with custom executor, I don't remember why we don't have too many tests for that. It's just hard, I guess. You have to write a mock executor somehow in the repo.
Yeah, but that seems like a worthwhile investment, right? To have a test custom executor in place.
Yes, I will just move this up. I think part of this work. Okay, let's just do it's not started. But I think this is pretty high. This is pretty okay. Secret namespace. So is that all complete? So small. What's the release? Do we want to shoot for adding some minimum test for custom executor in the next release? Who has cycle for this? So James, sounds like you have a lot of stuff to do. I don't think you have.
I don't think I have cycles.
I don't think you have cycles for these.
I'm not really excited about doing it, but I might.
Okay.
I would certainly benefit from it though.
Okay, which of the items that you have to do in the next release? Is that these three? User namespace
I'm going to do user namespaces. I would still like to make progress on default executor. It's kind of blocked on. I need someone to kind of review and shepherd and give feedback. I'm going to do secret namespaces too for 1.6.
Okay, so 1.6. Okay, sounds like I have a lot of stuff for 416. Okay. Let's move forward. OCI, we mentioned that backend artifact store. So Gilbert, do we have any plan for that?
Yeah, I'm still thinking like, should we target for 1.6 because the change might be very big. We need to adjust some tech that like unify the features. So I will shoot for like 1.6. We have the design.
Design. Okay. So let's shoot for design in 1.6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere along, and probably related to the unified artifact store is artifact signing. So
yep,
I don't think it's even close to having a design, but it's something we should probably have in the back of our minds.
Yeah, we don't have any verification, to be honest. That we never verify that.
Yeah, and that. Yeah, so if we have a unified artifacts, then supporting signing within that.
Okay. Yeah, I think these are kind of related. Let's just do the design in one release. Does that make sense, Gilbert? Like doing design for these two in the next release?
Yeah.
I'm gonna just assign to you. Does that sounds okay?
Yep.
Okay. Volume ownership group cleanup. It's not yeah. I think we are still in design phase. I think this is a pretty high priority stuff that we need to clean up. It's gonna buy us eventually. Pretty soon, I would say, given the CSI stuff. I think we did some design meetings, but I think everyone just don't have time at a time. But I think we should go back and trying to fix that. I think we don't have to. We'll probably just figure out a solution for Linux. I think figure out a solution that works for both Linux and the Windows. A common solution is going to be hard. Let's just do separate solution for Windows and Linux. Based on the discussion that we had last time, I feel that a common solution for both platforms is going to be extremely hard. And do we have a target release for this one? It's not super urgent, but I really want to get this cleaned up if possible.
Yeah, we have some open issue for this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have a bunch of issues. We probably need to link those issues to under that epic. Okay. So who can work on that? So Greg, do you have, I think you expressed interest on working on that. Do you have Cycle at least do some investigation to figure out a design for this?
Yeah, I do. I can catch up on the existing design. I don't know. So it says Ilya, James, and Ian there. I don't know if those other guys were expecting to work on it or not.
Yeah, I can check with Ilya on this. Let's have a think. I think James is pretty tight on these user namespace stuff. I don't think
I'm not really expecting to work on it.
Yeah, so I move you to the reviewer section. I'm probably Ian next to you. Let's just do that.
Yeah, but I do believe I'll have cycles for that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think at least we can do a design, have a good design doc. And then I think the implementation itself won't be too hard once we figure out what the design is. Okay. And let's shoot for design in 1.6, I think. Design done in 1.6. All right, so limiting root FS size of a container. I can double check with Jita. I think they're still interested in that.
He checked with me yesterday on this one, and he also checked about. Actually, he checked with me on the limiting the root FS size a couple of times before, and this is gonna be the highest priority for Uber.
Okay,
and they hope this can land for 1.6. So yeah, they have some other interesting parts, but this one gonna be, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the highest priority for them.
Okay, I'll move up.
Okay.
And I'll target 1.6. Okay.
Yep.
All right, who's gonna be the reviewer for this one? You?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. So this one, I'll probably move these three up a little bit before OCI.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't talked about CPU affinity. So Dimitri is not here. I feel that this still need a lot more discussion, and we don't have a clear target path for target release for that one. Sounds like the progress is being halted. It's not really an important thing for us at the moment. Let me know if this becomes an issue, and then we can reprioritize this. If not, we just keep that below those things that we say that we're gonna do. SecComp, James, what's the priority for this, and who's working on that? Do you have a release target for this?
I don't have anything definitive, but I'd be inclined to say 1.6 and yen.
So for SecComp, we did have the decide doc and some patches from Jay. We had some discussion on the decide, and then he sent out some draft patch. We just don't have time to land it yet. Depends on the priority. How we could land it for 1.6, but do we want? How important it is?
Well, sounds like Apple wants to work on that. Who's working on that, James? You mentioned a name.
I think Ian is going to work on it,
Yeah.
but I don't know what his queue I don't know what his queue looks like. So
okay.
So I guess you guys want to take a look at the SecComp decide documents that we have.
Yeah, I know he's been looking at. I know he's looked at the.
Okay, I'll just put that there under like the Uber limiting FS stuff. And I tend to report like 1.6. We can revisit that later once the priority changes. Okay, so we're halfway at the very least. Okay, so these are not started tickets. Let's see which one you guys really want to see in the next release or in the next few releases that should be bumped higher. So James, you mentioned this, right? General device access support. This one.
That could be higher. I don't have enough information to make any kind of commitment on that.
Yeah, let's just sort that and don't commit anything there yet. General device access to, yeah, this is probably not too hard. I really want to move this up.
Yeah, is anyone? No one's working on productize or shipping the Mesos CLI work that was done, right?
So I think Kevin Clue is still reviewing code. I think Amon from Mesosphere was working on that. I think the skeleton, like the framework of the CLI has been committed. We just haven't added those command yet. I think the whole pipeline is being committed. It just the sub command needs to be added. And I think for CI, I probably need to have a like user experience review. But anyway, so I think it's not that big of a task given the stuff has been committed already. I'll just need to add one sub command for that.
It sounds like it needs someone to shepherd it and project manage it a bit.
Yeah, but I just moved this up. I'll talk to someone to find a cycle for this one. I think I seen a mailing list question yesterday on this, I think from Yelp guys. I'm not sure if they have cycle. I can reach out to them and see if they are willing to work on this. But people want to see that happen for sure. Okay. Anything else here that might be interesting? I will bump this a little up. Yeah, it's something that we want to do for a long time. Just don't have a cycle to do that. Statistics. Yeah, why these two are not done yet? Gilbert, Greg, or anyone on the line, is there anything that you want to see happen, or you want to see bump the priority of those tickets?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. TTY support. VM container. Okay. That sounds like a pretty good plan.
What is the TTY support enhancement?
I think this is just a bug. So right now, I think if you do like task exec, enter a container using a debug container, and if you do or if you're launching container with TTI enabled, if you type TTY command inside that container, it will show not a TTY. But application that depends on TTY still works, like Vim, like still works as expected, as if it has a TTY. So I think there's some issue with like you have to mount some like DEV console at a given location so the TTY program can see that.
Oh, it's just a bug then.
Yeah, just a bug. So it's not really like a big issue. I think a TTY application still works properly, so it's not a high priority stuff. But it's not. It would be nice to have that fixed. I think that's what Docker did. I think Docker just by mount like DEV console, just by mount the actual PTY to DEV console, and then if you type TTY inside Docker container, it shows /DEV/console. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Just put it there. Okay, sounds like a pretty good plan. We still need to follow up on some items, especially for the default execute command execute. It's a big change. I mean, it's not a big change, but it's a big impact change. And to make sure that we have we probably need to have some follow up on this. Yeah, I'll take a note on this. Okay. Let's go back. Okay, so that's the planning sheet. The other thing is, I think we have a lot of bugs. So that's the filter that Gilbert sent me yesterday. So just do a search on unresolved containerization or container bugs. We have like how many? Like 93 unresolved bugs, which is not great. So I guess we don't have enough time today. I encourage you guys can take a look at those, especially for those the bug that you report. Make sure they are up to date, and also we're gonna do a grooming and then do a proper prioritization, see which bug we want to fix in the next release, and then properly mark the target version as 1.6. I don't think we have enough time right now. I'm not sure. I guess we can do that offline. I think it's too many tickets, like 93. There's no way we can cover them. Does that make sense? So JPG, can you kind of do a grooming like for all the tickets that I can send a filter to you, and can you just make sure that if you want to see a bug get fixed in the next release, please set a target version so we can track that.
Yeah, a lot of some bugs that aren't assigned to me are probably just bugs that I put in as a to-do list.
Okay.
Like for example, like no enforced isolation option is something that we could do, but I don't have any specific plans to do. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So for those things that you do have a plan and you do plan to land that in 1.6, mark the target version as 1.6 so that we can track. And then we're going to do the same. I think we're going to go through every single those bug ticket and properly mark the target version so that we can know what we want to work on for the next release.
Oh, read-only? Mesos 7645 read-only mode.
This one?
Yeah, I thought it supported. It doesn't. You can't mount.
Yeah, so that's the reason I'm pretty sure like during some refactor I fixed that, but I haven't closed the ticket. Yeah, so that's the reason we probably need to do a grooming on this. Yeah, I'll double check. We need to do a grooming too. I'll send you the. Yeah, I mean the filter is actually here in the doc. So this is bugs. This is issues. Let's just do a grooming and then we can review that probably next time. See what we want to do for bugs. Yeah, this is non-bug issues. All issues, I think this is. All right. Anything else? Yeah, that's all I want to cover for this meeting. It's a good meeting. Anything else you want to discuss? Okay, then I think that's it for today then. And thanks everyone for attending. I'll post the recording online and I'll see you next time.
Cool, thanks guys.
All right, thanks guys. Thanks.
See you guys.
See you guys, bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.